Good day guys, this is the front of my house. Thought I'd take a video. I just cut the grass, so we'll go for a little walk up the yard out the back. So yeah, Isten Hozot means God brought you, and the trees are getting their leaves on it slowly. This is a oak tree. It's like a tower. Instead of growing out broad, it grows upwards, so like a pole. It's going to be really nice. I actually planted a acorn and it grew out, and I planted it right down the back against the creek, so hopefully that'll take root properly and grow. This is a Persian hardwood. They get really nice red brown colour leaves in autumn, and they use them as the wood is so strong, they use them for like handles for tools and axes and hammer handles. Then I have the Asian hawthorn tree. They get flowers coming out soon. They're going to be white or pinky, I think, and they've got the big red fruits, and they're very good for your cardiovascular, heart, immune system. They usually make tea. If you get sick, it's really good. And in Asia, they actually dip it in like a sugar, like a candy apple, and then they put them on like a little stick, and they feed it to kids. It's like a treat. And these are the Carpathian Basin hawthorns. I've got two of them. So they're more of like a shrubby bush. I've got two of them in the corner here. And I've got an apple tree, almond trees, pear trees up there in a row, sour cherry tree, another pear and another apple. This is a weeping willow, so it'd be nice to see it from the window, from the front. One is bigger. This is a weeping mulberry tree, a white mulberry tree, I think. We'll see. I think it's right. Again, the leaves are just coming out. And it's another sweet cherry from Shoymart. This is an apple tree. It's finished flowering. These are the flat peaches. They should get some fruit this year too. They're from Asia as well. Those two are sweet cherries again, apple, and they're called Alshor Sentivani walnut tree. This is a weeping beech tree, but it's got purple leaves. It will have like a purpley maroni leaves. It's going to look beautiful when it gets bigger. Then these are birch trees, two of them. Again, they got like a white bark, and they're a nice contrast. Again, they look really nice when they sway the branches in the wind. Real tranquil. But they give them a couple more years. And that's the coming up to the house. So the lawn's nice and cut. I love it just after it's been cut. It looks really manicured. And that's that walnut tree. Oh, the sun's coming out. It's a walnut tree, Alshor Sentivani. So there the flowers that come out. You can just see. So they'll have fruit. This is another birch, not birch, a beech. Another maroon. But this isn't weeping. This is they look beautiful in the bigger silvery grey, like elephant skin trunks with this nice contrasting leaf. Birch, really good wood for, and my grapes are coming out too. So see there, they're the grapes. Got a few. They're the old ones. They used to just cut over the top of them. I'll let them grow and put posts there. So we'll see. Last year I did that, so should take root and see if they what kind of grapes they're going to produce. But we'll see. That's another. This is a little walnut tree. This is one with the red walnuts. It's got like a red outside. They use it more for, it tastes exactly the same, just Got a nice red. They're used for decorating on top of like in pastries and in salads. Really nice. I've got a Stanley plum. I think they're American. I thought they were English, but I think they're American. But they got really nice plums. And this is the grapes I just planted. I bought last year. So they're all new. So I planted about 12 of them, or roughly 15 in these holes. Again, this is original here when I bought it, this grape. I let it grow back. Because they just mowed over the top. And they just they neglected the grapes. Again, up the side of the house, I've got apricot trees, pear, 2 pears, two apples at the end as well. They're getting fairly big, so they're. But I don't know whether they flowered too early and the frost came, so maybe they're not going to have fruit, these 2 apricots. We'll see. Fingers crossed. So, that's the front of the house. Sorry for the wobbling. That's another walnut tree. That's a black walnut, and it has the quite a hard shell. So you got to be. It's a bit of work trying to crack open the walnuts, but very nice tasting. You got the roses coming out. This is a balcony or porch. I did all the ceiling, ripped down the old shit and put up new lights, fix up the walls. There are big holes all along the bottom. There's a lot of work, but fantastic. I also tiled the floor here along, and I put that window in. That was the window I got from up the attic. Yeah, and that's the entrance. You know, the door, that door leads up to the attic. It's huge upstairs. You can walk around without bending over. They use it for, you could even have another level up there of storage, even living if you really wanted to build it in. What for? I haven't got any kids. These are the roses that are coming out. Really nice. They're going to be, I can't wait. Another week or 2. I think the lavenders are dead. I'll have to get some new ones. I'll wait another few days, but they might just be dry on the top, but they'll reroot from the bottom. It's a fig tree. It's a fig tree. That's the green or the normal standard figs that you get around here. I've got a purple fig tree here. This is really nice. So I can't wait for this one. It's going to be like a purple on the outside. Nice and juicy. Anyway, tomatoes, paprikas, celery, zucchini. Sun's gone away. This is how do they call it? A tilia tree. Now this tree, the leaf is in the shape of a heart. I don't know whether you can tell. And this is they used to plant around churches, cemeteries, and castles, and all the aristocrats and nobles used to love it. It produces beautiful honey, good for tea, for colds, and the wood it's a very straight grain. You don't have any knots in it, and very good quality wood. And they got a nice pyramid kind of, when they grow, a nice shape. Nice, beautiful trees, and they're like Chinese used to use, or Asians used feng shui. Hungarians and Christians used these plants as their own Christian way. But the trees, the trunk is also, they claim that in the Christian tradition or legends that the tree was used for the cross of Jesus. That's why they can't treat it like a holy tree, a saint tree. And the timber is supposed to be sacred for that reason. And the smell of the flowers are like the smell of heaven. So that's why King Marchash, around his whole palace, he planted these. And you get different kinds. There's the big leaf, small leaf, and they flower through the year. If you sprinkle the different types through the year, all year round you'll have the smell of the tilia flowers. But I only got the small leaf one because supposedly that's where your better quality honey comes from. What else? This is a weeping, some pea tree. It's going to have nice yellow flowers soon. This is coming out. This is the hawthorn tree. They call it scarlet scarlet hawthorn. I think it's from the UK. And again, you got the leaf. It's very you got the it's got the 5 points. It's supposed to represent the 5 wounds of Jesus, and it's even got thorns, hawthorn trees. And in Glastonbury, they had they planted it in the first Christians. Joseph of Arimathea, I think, the first Christian planted Glastonbury, the trees, and yeah, all the esoteric Satanists keep chopping them down, the pricks, you know, and it flowers 2 times a year, believe it or not, around December, the birth of Christ, and later in the year, I'm not sure what, but I know December it flowers. That's why it's very, very important for the Christians. But the Glastonbury, look at it, look into it in Wikipedia. Very interesting legends to it. Again, very good for your cardio, heart, any kind of cardiovascular. Fantastic. I recommend it highly. If you ever got any into herbal medicines and stuff, that kicks ass. So I tried to plant things that are useful, you know, to the man. This is a Hungarian apple tree. What is it called? Húsvéti rosemary. It's going to be nice shade too. This is where I usually make a bonfire, when I collect all the trees, sit around and look over to the plains. The guys here have actually planted corn. They had a machine here, so it's going to be a nice cornfield the next few months. And the other neighbours bought sunflowers, so it's going to be a nice sunflower field. So when the flowers come out, I'll take another video. And here I've got this is another apple tree. It broke, so I ended up chopping it, so it's going to rebranch, which is good. An apricot tree, got roses, lavenders, gooseberries, some covering plants. There's a beautiful azalea. I picked that up the other day. And I'm going to have a magnolia tree here too. That's a little magnolia. So when that grows, it's going to have a beautiful, big, blossoming, absolutely lovely flowers. That's one of the first things that flowers. And interestingly, the pollen that's collected from it, it's not the honey. The bees collect the pollen. There's no honey, and that's what they feed off as soon as they come out from the spring. But the pollen is very good quality as well. I've got some marigolds, they're supposed to be good companion plants for roses, and they kind of put a contrast in colour. And I bought a couple of little lavenders, so I'm gonna have a selection of different lavenders through here. But again, they have different flowers. Some have got stronger smells, some not. But they're really beautiful when they all come out. And that's another walnut tree. We've got a lot of walnut trees here. This one I planted from nut, so it's good. This guy I got from a mate on my 50th birthday. So, Ontal got me that. He got me a whole bunch of them. I think 2 of them. Another little one there. It doesn't really like the soil, but this one likes the spot. So, it really depends where you plant it in the ground, because some areas the soil, the water might just have something unique in there. The roots love. The other area might just sit dormant for years and grow really slowly. So these are the tilia trees all in a row. So I've taken you down here before. So right down the bottom is a creek, and nice and slowly the leaves are coming out, and these are all going. There's a couple of ones which didn't survive. I think there's about 2 plants I'll have to re-put new trees in. But that's always when you plant trees, not all of them are going to survive, but it's pretty good, because I planted about 120 trees down here, so it's not a bad percentage. 2 of them not surviving, and I picked them up really good at the nursery, really cheap. There's another row of tilia. I want them to kind of have like because the wind, it gets really windy down here, so this will be like a nice windbreak. And the walnuts are coming out. These are mulatto. You see, again, it's a bit colder down the back. See out the front of the yard, that gets the afternoon sun, and everything blossoms weeks before the back. Here, only the leaves on some of the plants are coming out. So there's a huge difference in the two spots in the garden. So anyway, that's the fields. Nice sunny day. It's around 20 degrees I think today. I'm going to go out for lunch now. So, wait, I'm turning around. Say hello. See you guys. Hope I'm focused in here. So yeah, a bit of sun on my solar panel. Okay guys, have a nice day. That's the back of the house. Wait, one more time. That's an acacia tree. Again, good quality honey, but a big tree without. They use that for very expensive honey, but they introduced, the Americans, they brought that in when they redesigned all the waterways in Hungary. They used them to reinforce the banks because they grew quickly in their root system. But they actually, they're pricks because they kind of every few meters when they kind of start sprouting, and you got to mow over the top because they're very difficult to get rid of if you don't want them in your garden. Well, I'm going to cut that out eventually. It's one of the best firewoods. You can actually burn it green and it still doesn't smoke. So that's what it's going to be good for. Okay guys, have a lovely day, morning or afternoon or evening, whatever you're doing. God bless. Love you. Bye.